Hi! So today I decided just to do a little rundown of how I got into crochet and what I've made so far. So let's get into it. So I think a lot of younger people got into crochet in 2020 during pandemic, and I want to say that I'm an exception, but I don't think I am. Because even though I did learn how to crochet at school and did some things there just because we were graded at it, but I never actually picked it up to do anything, any like wearables or anything that actually I could use. And then right before the pandemic started, actually I was like, oh, it would be so cool to crochet some socks. Because I always thought that to make socks takes not that it takes such a long time, but it's very difficult, and it was, and I actually did make some, but I don't have them anymore in my pile because it just, it took a long time because I was using quite a small hook, quite a small yarn, and I was just following some tutorials just to figure everything out. I think it took me to finish one sock like a week, and then the second one was a bit faster, but we did not even match and we were quite wonky. I will see if I can find at least one picture of what it was before, what I made at the time. But after that, I was kind of like, oh, maybe I can make something more. And my first piece actually was this cute turtle, which I think is supposed to be from Sammy's Adventure, like a little movie, or Finding Nemo, one or the other. And it took me a long time as well. It was a pattern I bought at Etsy. I'll try to link everything that I mentioned here in the description, like either a tutorial or like a video or something. So yeah, I made this, and even though I'm very proud of it, how it turned out, and it's very cute, it took me so long. I think at some point I was whole week just crocheting and trying to stitch everything together, but I did manage to finish it. And yeah, even though I can't wear it, it's really dear to my heart. And after that, I don't think I did anything until maybe a year later, which was, pandemic was kind of loosening up and everything was getting back to normal. And I had this sweater which I really liked, but it had kind of like a wrapping around the waist, which was fine, but it was kind of not, let's say, fashionable at the time, and I wanted something that would be quite similar, the color wise and the fit wise, but just don't have the tie at the front. So I thought, oh, maybe I can try to crochet something similar. So I made this big chunky baby. It's actually 100% wool, and I think I checked just after I bought the yarn, but it's not machine washable. Which means I need to hand wash it every time I want to wear it, but it's extremely soft, it's just really cozy. It's like wearing a blanket, and it's slightly cropped, and I think most of the stitches have double crochet, so it's very beginner friendly and quite easy to do. I did change the pattern a little bit because I think it was just normal here and then kind of ripped sleeves from here to here. But I just did not like how that looked, so I just went on the whole thing with just double crochet, and I think it looks kind of slightly knitted too, so yeah, I slightly modified the pattern, but really happy how this turned out. And that was one of my kind of first big wearables as well, so it took quite a long time. And then so my co-worker, she was making all these cute plushies with this, kind of plushy yarn, and I bought a bunch too. So I was like, oh yes, I'm gonna make some as well. But in the end, actually, I just made this because I had so much yarn. I just made lots of squares, and I felt, oh, I'll just do something with it. So I made this little vest, and I think I did maybe make it around time when the Wednesday came out. So it was, I guess it was a bit inspired by her because everything was black and white there, and then after the whole her vest came out as well, so I can kind of say it's Wednesday vest or something. But yeah, so this one as well, and it is So I did free-handed, but it is double crochet or single crochet, just squares connected. And then I think I was running out of yarn, so actually you can see here I did like black, and then at some point it starts with white because I was just running out of yarn, but because everything is mismatched it looks quite nice. And then later on, I think I haven't done anything for months, and then at some point I was just, you know what, I want to make everything. I think I went on Pinterest and I found all these cute things, and I was like, I need to crochet all of it, I need all this yarn. From that moment, so maybe a year ago, I was kind of crocheting almost every day, and if I wasn't, I would want to crochet. If you're going on a trip, I would take something with me to crochet, and or if you would watch like some movie. Also, it's a nice thing to have your hands busy, and I feel that even though when you're watching a TV series, maybe you are relaxing, but you're not doing anything productive, and in the end, you kind of can't show anything for that time that you spent. But with crochet, I can still watch it and have something after that is like, oh, that's what I did with all this time that I was watching this TV series or movie or anything like that. So a lot of my crochet actually is done like that. I just put something on and crochet. So I think my other quite big pieces was this patchwork cardigan. I kept seeing that for years. I think when Harry Styles did a concert in that cardigan and everyone got obsessed. It looked very cool, and I kind of was thinking just to copy the Harry Styles one, but then I went through YouTube and there were so many different ones, and I just went with this color scheme, and it's just simple squares and then a ribbon on all the sides and like the hands. I remember when I was making it, I was panicking that maybe white doesn't go that well and I should just do the green and pink, but then I still went with the white as well, and I'm really happy how it turned out. I think I finished it right like at the end of spring, so I could still actually wear it a few times before it got too hot. And I think here I did half double crochet on all of them. As I tried a few different stitches, so I just made a bunch of squares. I think it was 16 of each, and it's really nice and cozy, and it's almost like a jacket, so depends on how you feel. And then this, I think I showed in one of the videos. I made this little bralette because I think I just dyed my hair, and the top that I had with my bathing suit, like a two-piece bathing suit, was pink, and I was like, oh, this is not gonna match. And I had all this cotton yarn that I bought when I was like, yes, I need to make everything. So I had like one skein of this green, foresty green color, and then I kind of ran out of it, so I connected with black. But I'm really happy how it turned out, and it matches my bikini bottoms quite well, and my hair is still different colors, so it all goes well, and I actually used it a few times too, so I'm always happy with that, because sometimes I feel that you crochet and either you're done with it and then it's like, oh, I just have to weave in the ends, but that, like, you put that on till forever and actually never do it, so that even if you finish the piece you can't really wear it because all these loose ends are there, so might never end wearing it at all. Or you put it on once and then it's like, oh, I worked like for such a long time to just look at it, and for me it always feels a bit wasteful, so I always try to make something that I would actually wear or can use it in some way instead of just being, I don't know, just for me seems more, it just makes me more happy, I guess. And then the other one, actually this one was before the bralette thing, so I made this. I was like, I think I watched some maybe Jenna Phipps videos, and she was, doing her first crochet top, and I was like, oh yeah, this is so easy. I'm just gonna make a big rectangular shape, and then maybe some straps, and I'm done. So actually, it took me quite a few times to redo it, because I did quite. So at first, I just did it on my chest, and I was like, oh, it's fine. I'm just gonna go in round, but that in round became quite loose. and because the yarn is not that thin, it just looks so weird. I don't know, just I do not like the fit at all, so I just rubbed everything and then remade it, and for a while it was just simple, like nothing. I think I did the straps and I did not even add the ribbing, but then at some point I was like just looking at it and it was, I don't know, something was missing, so I added the ribbing to made it more fitted around the waist. And then this green, because I initially wanted to do the whole top this kind of stripe with this beige and this green color, but it didn't, I don't know, when I was doing it before it just not look nice. And then did this little kind of ruche detail around the chest area, and like now I'm really happy how it turned out. And my other project, which I actually made my first YouTube video on, was this Burberry inspired bikini. So it's just the bottoms and the top. So actually when I went on holiday I took it as well and wore it a few times, because so initially I thought I would need to line it because it's crochet and might be quite holey, but actually it covers quite well, and it is 100% cotton, so it's still quite thick. Like it's not warm with it or anything like that, but it's not spandex material. But it does work well and looks quite fun. But for the bottoms, initially, at least from the picture in Burberry website, it's just one strap, and if I would just tie it, but for me it doesn't really hold that well, so I just did kind of a little corset thing, or like a shoelace, like straps to make it, I don't know, just to hold better. So I just did that, and then it actually works now, so I'm really happy with it. I think I did make it, the underwear part, a bit too big, and I could fix it, so I might do that for like next year, like just fold it and make it slightly smaller, because it's down, it's not fully high-waisted, but it's not low-waisted as well, so it's kind of mid-rise, which is not bad, but I don't know, just I think something to improve, because obviously that was my first bikini bottoms as well. But yeah. And then also I made this little top, so I think a lot of people maybe saw it because I've kept seeing it on Etsy and like Pinterest, and this kind of just like, I think it's called like Sunburst, maybe square, so it's kind of like a flower, a kind of granny square top. So I just did the squares and then the straps, and at the back I actually did, in the end I did make it too wide, with the usual problem, so I kind of just connected them, but like just overlapped them together so it doesn't, just was more fitted, because I did not want to redo it all, because it took me quite a long time and it still looks fine, like one I can see it, but it looks fine from the back, so I'm quite happy with how it turned out as well. And then my probably most ambitious, and maybe this actually took the longest, is this granny square dress. So the sewing I think took like a few days, and then just figuring out the straps and the back here. Like if you watch my video, you know that I've struggled with the hips, because at first I did a triangle here and it just looked very awkward, so I needed to redo it. And for me it's more not that I need to redo it, but all this time that like I spent, like I sewed for maybe a few hours and then but that doesn't matter anymore. So yeah, but I did done it and I'm really happy how it turned out. The biggest thing I think was to weave in all the ends from each square, because I was very smart and I did not do any hacks or like, weave in as you go. So I left everything at the end, so it was a bit of a job, but it's fine and I'm really happy how it turned out, and I actually wore it on my holiday too. And then another one, which I also actually made a tutorial on, is these leg warmers. So just very simple, and very simple, kind of just rectangular connected together. And I used half double crochet here. No, I used double crochet here, and it's very chunky yarn, but it's very simple and looks quite cute in my opinion. So yeah, I'll link that video below as well. And my last piece, which probably is my favorite so far, is this Halloween sweater. So it was, you know, a bit of a challenge to figure out the face, because I never done any color work or tapestry crochet before, but I watched a few videos, drew a graph a few times. I will link a video just to see how I made it as well. And yeah, but it's extremely warm actually, like even though it's cropped, it's so warm, and I don't know, I'm just really happy how it turned out, because it had the vision and it turned out how I wanted it to be. So that's all that I have crocheted so far. I hope you enjoyed this little rundown, and I hope to see you in my future videos. You know, like and subscribe. Bye!